Hey there. If you are a small business owner and you know you need to do marketing, but you don't know exactly what to focus on, well, this video is for you. And the non-clickbaity title that I really wanted to use was if your business is stuck and you know you should do marketing, but don't know where to start, or just keep bouncing from one tactic to the next, like used underwear, do this. That's really what I wanted to say, but that doesn't make a lot of sense in YouTube. So let's talk about this. So if you are a small business owner and you are not sure what to do with marketing, um, the goal is to help you focus on the strategy that's relevant to your business, depending on the stage that your business is in. So what I want to introduce to you is the R6 marketing pyramid. Now, these strategies build on top of each other, and we actually start with the bottom one with reliability. And we'll go into each one of these, but we'll go through reliability, reputation, readiness, resell, remarket, and reach. And the definition for this framework is it's a framework designed to help you build a strong foundation and stacking marketing systems on top of each other. And by the way, if this is interesting to you and you want to figure out, well, where do I fit in with all of this? I created a scorecard. It takes about 2 to 3 minutes to fill out. It's on my website. I'll put it in the description, and you can fill it out and just kind of get an actual score to determine where you are, where you're strong, and maybe where you're lacking. And then you can focus on those specific areas. Now, let's take a step back and define marketing, because it's important to figure out what's the problem that you're trying to solve. Oftentimes, it's very easy to see a video or a reel and something sounds really trendy, or maybe something really, really worked for somebody else. But if this would be relevant for you if this is what you're trying to do with marketing. You're trying to promote, sell, or distribute a product or service. If you're just trying to follow a trend or do something that somebody else told you to do, well, then maybe you're not really doing marketing. You could be doing something else. But just like to always define what it is that we're trying to do and what problem we're trying to solve. Now, the marketing pyramid is based on a few key principles. Continuous improvement. Even though a strategy may have worked wonderfully for somebody else, well, it's important to implement it and test it in your own business, in your own environment. And so oftentimes, instead of completely stripping away a strategy, maybe we just have to iterate and just improve it a little bit at a time. Then the next principle is that it's systems driven. You want to, as much as possible, implement a system. So if you're going to start a specific strategy, well, how can you systematize it? And it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to code or learn how to program. It could be as simple as just a checklist that you fill out on a daily basis, or maybe your employees do. And so that's a system, just something that is repeated over and over and over again, driving you towards your goals. Then, like I mentioned before, we're stacking strategies. So we don't want to implement something and then when it works, then just completely switch gears. We want to be able to build on top of each other. And then also thinking long-term. You might be in not such a great place in your business and you want to do something that produces results right away. Well, sometimes that's a little bit challenging, not saying that it's impossible, but you want to think long-term. What can you start today that will reap dividends 6 to 12 months from now, or perhaps even longer? Not necessarily that saying that you have to wait that long, but just thinking long-term, like what can I start today that will benefit me and my business over the long term? So then let's start talking about the pyramid. By the way, my name is Jason. My company is Pixelated Stories. I do digital marketing. That I probably should have said that at the beginning. Anyway, so we're going to talk about this marketing pyramid. First one is reliability. And what this means is, are you consistently offering a great experience to your customers? So this is not marketing, by the way. And this is important because you can't market a business that is a crappy business, honestly. So that's one of the first things that you do, is that you want to deliver a great experience related to your offer, or to your service, or the product that you're offering. So when should you focus on reliability? A couple of questions to ask. Are you consistently delivering high quality products or services? Do you have a system in place to gather and act on customer feedback? So these two tie together because If you are maybe unsure that you're delivering a high quality product or service, well, then you can implement a customer feedback system. So if you are not sure or you know that you're not delivering a good product or service, well, you can establish a customer feedback loop to get feedback from your customers as close to the delivery as possible. So for one of my businesses, we have a simple automated email that goes out to the customer as soon as they make the purchase, or receive the product. And not everybody responds, but we do get a decent amount of customers that respond, and they tell us why they purchased, why they continue to buy from us, what led them to seek us or seek out the product. And we get a ton of amazing feedback that we use. And then we implement that into improving the service or our products, or even creating blog posts or product pages. It's a tremendous value that you can get by implementing this customer feedback if you're in any regard, but also especially if you're unsure about the quality of the product or service that you're delivering. Next thing will be reputation. So this strategy is how your customers and the marketplace experience and perceive you. What's your reputation in the market? And you want to focus on reputation when perhaps your website is not up to date or optimized for search engines. This is a pretty hefty topic, but just in general terms, does your website really represent what you're trying to offer? And the next question could be, are you actively managing your online reputation? So if you have reviews on Google or Yelp or any of the other platforms, are you managing it? Are you aware of what people are saying? And are you responding to all of them? Not just the good ones, but you have to respond to all of them. And you have to respond professionally, because people will see how you treat others and they'll know how you're going to treat them. So if you get a negative review, whether it was legitimate or not, and you have a very unprofessional response, well, then that will reduce the credibility and your reputation in the market. So some actionable steps here. One is to claim and optimize your Google Business Profile listing, and fill out as much of it as possible. Another thing, if perhaps you have already claimed this, is to optimize your website. I know that's much easier said than done, but you can provide a lot of great information on your website without it having to be really fancy. Just think about providing all the information that your customer is looking for. And if you're unsure, you can ask one of your customers, hey, did you find what you needed on this website? Some other examples of reputation tactics are implementing your website, social content, SEO, citations, reviews, referrals, ads, and lead magnets. Next in the pyramid is readiness. So how prepared are you to take and handle new opportunities? So because you might have a great business, but if all of a sudden you get a flood of new customers, can you handle that new business? And so you focus on readiness when some questions to help you understand if you need to focus on readiness is, do you have a lead capture system in place on your website? And are you prepared to handle an influx of new leads? So an actionable step here could be to set up a simple lead capture form on your website to collect prospect information. You can start building your email list. This could also be an SMS list, depending on how comfortable you are with that. And if your business can actually do that, for example, one of my businesses is a CBD cannabis store. And so we're not able to send SMS. It's actually against the law. Some other examples of readiness tactics is making sure that you have a phone number listed on your website that people can call. You can, depending on the type of business, you can have a missed call text back campaign, meaning that if somebody calls your business, you're not able to answer, well, then they get a text message automatically, right away, and a bunch of other things. Next step in the marketing pyramid is resell. And this is defined as increasing the lifetime value of existing customers by converting them into repeat buyers. So I'm sure you've heard that a repeat customer is much less expensive than a new customer. Now, when should you focus on resell? Do you have a strategy to encourage repeat purchases from existing customers? And are you leveraging email marketing or loyalty programs to increase customer lifetime value? So these are simple things. The challenge here is just in being consistent with them, but it doesn't have to be that crazy complicated to put this into place. So one actionable step for this framework is to send personalized thank you emails to customers after a purchase, maybe include a special offer for their next purchase to incentivize repeat business. And you can, at minimum, you can do this manually, but there are so many great programs out there that are very inexpensive that can help you automate this and just send out an email that you create once, and then customers receive this after every single purchase. And that's an asset that you build in your business. Some other examples of resell tactics: you have funnels, workflows, additional payments, community, loyalty programs, reminder campaigns. There are a whole bunch of different things. So you can pause the video here and you can take a look at some of the other examples. Next in the marketing pyramid is Remarket. So this is essentially staying in front of prospects and customers. When should you focus on Remarket? Are you regularly communicating with your prospects and customers through email, SMS, or retargeting? And do you have a consistent social media presence? So social media could mean many different things. So whether it's LinkedIn, YouTube, it could be something like Yelp, Instagram, whatever it is. It just depends on where you want to focus. And an actionable step here could be to create a monthly email newsletter to provide value. Now, I say monthly. Ideally, you want to have something that's perhaps weekly or biweekly. Monthly, just in my experience, seems to be a little bit too far apart to build some nurturing with your existing customers. And some additional examples of remarketing tactics could be, again, like the email newsletter, SMS, retargeting, social content, etc. And then at the top of the pyramid, then we have reach. And this is expanding your target market to increase awareness of your products. And when should you focus on reach? A couple of questions here are you actively working to expand your reach and attract new potential customers? I'm sure most people would say that they are. Next question is, do you have targeted advertising campaigns or lead magnets in place? So we're trying to get the attention of new people. So whether you're pushing out and creating advertising on Google Ads, Facebook, or Meta Ads, or are you somehow bringing people by offering lead magnets? Those are a couple of questions to consider. And an actionable step. This is one of those that is definitely easier said than done, but appropriate for this step is to develop a targeted social media or even a Google Ads campaign to reach new potential customers and drive more people to your website. Some other examples of reach tactics are ads, funnels, some more social content, lead magnets, blogs, birthday campaigns, etc. So that's the basis of this marketing pyramid. And then just to kind of wrap up, the marketing pyramid, it provides a structure for your business so you can focus on the things that matter, not what's trending or what your friends said that they did that really worked, because you have to keep in mind what your business needs today. Now, I'm very big on taking action because you can be just listening to this and it sounds good, but what are you going to do about it? If this makes sense, if you've listened all the way to this part of the video, then hopefully you have gotten something out of it and you should probably take some action here. So one is to assess your current marketing efforts, and there will be a description there will be this information in the description on where to go to fill out your 2-minute scorecard. So that way you have an idea of where you are by your own self-assessment. And then you can figure out or decide where to focus on regarding the marketing strategy. Then you want to implement those things and just do it. Continuously monitor your progress, at least weekly, if not daily, to understand where your business is, and just continue refining. If something doesn't work immediately, just remember that maybe you just need some small iterations. And this is completely not appropriate for this video, but we can talk about this in the future, is that you just want to determine, is this working? To what degree is it working? And then what do I need to adjust to continue improving this strategy? And then want to leave you with this quote here, which pretty much every quote on the internet is attributed to either Mark Twain or Abraham Lincoln. So this one might actually be Mark Twain's quote. But the secret of getting ahead is getting started. So just choose something that stood out to you and just get started. If you have any questions or something resonated with you, just put it in the comments and let's just chat right here. And I hope that you got some value from this. If you liked it, just give me a thumbs up and put some comments out there, and let's keep going and let's keep growing your business. Thank you.